Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're doing something a little different. We're not diving into, academic studies this time.
No, instead we've got a collection of sources that are, well, they're true accounts, really unsettling ones.
Exactly. Stories where ordinary nights just took these terrifying turns, often involving, alcohol, darkness, judgment getting clouded.
And the settings themselves often play a huge role. Isolation, unfamiliar places.
Right. So our mission today is, to share these stories, but also see what we can learn from them. We're looking at vulnerability, intuition, that thin line between a normal night and something truly frightening.
Yeah, these narratives really shine a light on how quickly things can change. A seemingly small decision, maybe being a bit intoxicated or just being in the wrong place.
It can lead to real danger, unexpectedly. We'll explore those subtle cues, the gut feelings, maybe even those moments of just sheer luck that made the difference.
Absolutely. And this first story really jumps straight into that feeling of an unknown warning.
Okay, so picture this. You've got a 17-year-old kid. He's been at a high school party, had a bit to drink, not totally wasted, but, feeling it. And he's walking home alone. But this isn't like a suburb with streetlights. It's rural, nearest house is miles off.
So pretty isolated, dark.
Very winding country road. He's just focused on getting home. Then, as he rounds this corner, the silence just breaks.
How so?
Not a shout, more like a whisper. Really distinct, but he couldn't tell where it came from, almost disembodied.
Okay.
And it just said one word. Run.
Wow, just run.
Yeah, and he said this immediate, primal panic just hit him. No thinking, just pure gut reaction.
Instinct.
Totally. He dived straight into the nearest bush, thick bushes along the road, heart pounding, just hiding there, frozen.
Waiting. Must have felt like forever.
He said maybe 5 minutes passed, then headlights appear. Coming around the same corner he just walked past.
Okay.
It's a black van. He specifically remembered it being like a 40, 350, one of those work-style vans.
Right, I know the type.
It drives past him, sticking to the speed limit. And he thinks, okay, maybe relief. But then, maybe 150, 200 feet down the road,
It stops.
screeches to a halt, side door slides open, two guys jump out. And they're looking around, frantically searching.
Searching for him.
It definitely felt like it. So he starts trying to move super quietly from bush to bush, just trying to get further away. Every tiny noise feels huge.
I can imagine.
Terrifying. The men are getting closer, still searching. Then when they're maybe only 25 feet away, he hears one of them say it.
What did he say?
Forget it, we'll just find another one.
Oh, chilling. Just like that.
Oh.
So casual.
Yeah, the casualness was the worst part. Then they got back in the van and just drove off.
Wow. That phrase, we'll just find another one. From a, analytical standpoint, that points strongly towards premeditation, like a predatory pattern.
Yeah.
Victims aren't specific people, just targets of opportunity.
Exactly. And that weird voice, that warning, whether it was his subconscious, pure instinct, whatever, it saved him.
It absolutely seems like it did. That immediate, non-rational response.
And here's the kicker. Days later, he hears this news report. Police reports talking about two men in a black van.
Oh.
Yeah, cruising rural areas, picking up teenagers, and killing them with axes.
Oh, my God.
He'd already killed two people in his town before they got caught. He was almost number 3.
He literally walked away from becoming a statistic. It's deeply disturbing.
Right. It just shows how close danger can be, even when you don't see it coming.
It really does. And sometimes it's not even about isolation, is it? Our next story shifts to a public park. Australia this time.
Yeah, this one involves two best friends, both just turned 18, legal drinking age there.
Celebrating, presumably.
Yep. They decided to save some money, do some pre-gaming before hitting the clubs. They got boon sacks.
Oh, boxed wine, a rite of passage for some.
Apparently. So they find this dark, kind of secluded spot in a public park. Figured it was fine. Lots of people are on the park generally, even if their spot was hidden.
Okay, setting the scene.
They haven't been there long when this guy approaches. Late 30s, maybe? Thick accent they couldn't place. Mint green shirt.
Friendly.
Started off maybe trying to be, but it got weird fast. Really inappropriate questions about their sexuality, asking things that made them think he was trying to figure out if they were, virgins.
Okay, major red flags there, testing boundaries.
Totally. They got creeped out, told him to leave. He did, but made some weird comment about them wanting to be alone. They kind of brushed it off.
Maybe thought he was just some harmless creep.
Yeah, maybe foolishly they went back to drinking, felt like they'd handled it. Then another guy shows up. Looks similar accent.
Friend of the first guy.
They assume so. This time they try a different tactic, mention they have boyfriends coming soon, trying to deter him.
Did it work?
He seemed surprised, almost disappointed, said something like, "Wait, you two aren't together?" Then he left too, and they thought, okay, we scared them off. Success. Kept drinking. No idea what was really happening.
This is, it's quite common, this kind of interaction. Predators often use these initial encounters to gauge vulnerability, testing reactions, seeing who is easily intimidated, who might be alone.
Probing for weaknesses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The inappropriate questions aren't random. They're tools. And it makes you wonder, how often do people miss these signals when their guard is down? Maybe a little tipsy, feeling safe in a park?
It's easy to misread things, for sure.
Definitely. So they're still there, unaware.
Completely oblivious, until suddenly this group of about 5 girls appears, described as gorgeous girls, just rushing towards them.
Okay.
And they're super urgent, telling them, you need to get out of the park now.
What happened? What did they know?
Well, here's the incredible part. One of these girls who came to warn them, she was Swedish. She'd been standing nearby on the street waiting for a cab, and she saw the first guy approach the friends. After he left them, he got on his phone, and he was speaking a language the Swedish girl understood.
And she overheard him.
Yeah, and he was talking excitedly to someone about the 2 friends, about their worth because they were so young. He said a van was on its way to pick them up.
Oh, wow. Human trafficking.
That's what it sounded like. And worse, the Swedish girl had also seen 4 other men join the first guy in the park after he left the friends. They were essentially surrounded.
They had no idea. This was a coordinated plot.
Exactly. Planned.
That's incredible luck. Having someone nearby who understood the language, recognized the danger, and had the courage to intervene.
Seriously. Pure chance saved them.
And it highlights, again, situational awareness. Parks at night, even public ones. They can be deceptive.
Yeah.
Reduce visibility, maybe alcohol involved.
Yeah.
It creates opportunities. And it also shows the power of collective action.
Yeah.
Someone saw something, said something.
Yeah. The girl who told the story said she looks back and just cringes at how naive they were, hiding in bushes in a city park late at night. But she also said they became really good friends with those girls who saved them. Still friends 6 years later.
A bond forged in a terrifying moment.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
It really does.
Okay, story number 3. This one moves us to the U.S. Florida. 4th of July celebration.
Okay, sounds festive. Public space, lots of people.
Exactly. Fireworks, food, music. Our narrator is 15, there with her cousin and a friend. Typical summer night stuff. They decide to use the restrooms before the fireworks start.
Border potties, I'm guessing.
Yep. Lined up in a slightly more secluded part of the park, kind of behind the food trucks, near some palm trees. But still, lots of people around, music playing. She felt totally safe.
Understandable in that environment.
So her cousin and friend go into separate potties. She offers to hold their drinks, stands there, takes a sip of her soda, watching the crowd. Then she feels a hand on her shoulder.
Uh-oh.
She jumps, turns around. It's an older guy, maybe late 50s, grinning. And she can immediately tell he's drunk, slurring his words, strong smell of alcohol. He mumbles something like, "You're very pretty."
Okay, uncomfortable, but maybe harmless initially.
That's what she probably hoped. She tried to sort of edge away politely, but then it just escalated. Instantly. He lunged, grabbed her arm really hard.
Oh, no.
And at the same time, clamps his other hand completely over her mouth and nose. She tried to scream, but couldn't make a sound. Dropped the drinks. He yanks open the door of an empty potty next to her and starts dragging her towards it.
In the middle of a celebration, that's brazen.
Terrifyingly so. All the happy sounds of the 4th of July just faded into the background for her.
This really drives home that point about false security in crowds, doesn't it? You think safety in numbers, but crowds can also provide anonymity and cover for predators.
Right. Someone can commit an act like that surprisingly quickly.
But interestingly, his own drunkenness, his impairment, seems to have played a role in what happened next. It's grim irony, but his disadvantage became her advantage.
Yeah, exactly. Because as he was trying to force her into the slightly raised porta potty, struggling with her fighting back, his drunkenness made him lose his balance.
He stumbled.
He started to fall sideways, and to catch himself, he had to let go of her, just for that split second.
And she got away.
She scrambled out just as her cousin and friend were coming out of their potties. They saw the absolute terror on her face, heard this drunk guy yelling from inside the potty he'd stumbled into. They didn't wait. They just ran, bolted into the crowd, and disappeared.
Smart move. Get lost in the sea of people.
She was hysterical, obviously. Explained what happened. They found a police officer right away.
Good. Did they catch him?
She gave the officer all the details, her contact info. He promised to look into it, but she said 2 years later, she'd never heard anything back.
That's awful. The not knowing must be terrible, just hoping you didn't try it again.
Yeah, that uncertainty lingers. It really changes your perspective on safety, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. The psychological impact is significant, even after escaping the immediate physical danger.
Okay, so shifting gears slightly for our last story. This one is thematically linked by impairment, but the tone's a bit different. Here, the protagonist kind of becomes the source of the scare, unintentionally at first.
Okay, intriguing. So they weren't the victim this time.
Not exactly. So this person gets very drunk at a bar. On the way home, they decide to take a shortcut through a cemetery, described as a creepy pioneer cemetery.
Drunk shortcut through a creepy cemetery at night. What could go wrong?
Right. Well, first problem. Getting in. There's a 10-foot chain link fence. They decide to climb it.
Ambitious while drunk.
Very. They get a leg over the top, but then their pants get snagged. Badly. On the sharp bits at the top.
Oh no. Stuck.
Stuck and suspended for a moment. Then the pants rip loudly. They lose their grip and just fall face first onto the ground inside the cemetery.
Ouch. So now they're drunk, bruised, and have ripped pants.
Exactly. So they pick themselves up, probably groaning, cursing, definitely limping, and start making their way through the cemetery.
Looking quite the sight, I imagine.
No doubt. And that's when they see them. About 10 yards ahead, standing in the moonlight, a teenage couple.
Oh.
The couple hears the groaning and shuffling. They turn around, see this figure limping towards them, looking disheveled, probably silhouetted.
In a creepy cemetery at night.
Yep. The storyteller said they just flipped the FK, screamed bloody murder, and ran out of there as fast as they could.
Huh. Okay, I can see how that happened. It speaks to perception, doesn't it?
Huh.
The environment, cemetery, night, the state, drunk, injured appearance, it all combines to create something terrifying out of something relatively mundane, if painful for the protagonist.
Yeah, our expectation of fear in certain places is powerful.
We fill in the blanks, often with the worst possibilities, especially when something seems off.
Yeah.
Our brains are wired for threat detection.
Definitely. So our protagonist is kind of chuckling about scaring the couple, still hobbling along, when they see headlights pull into the cemetery entrance.
Thinking it's maybe the police, or related to the screaming.
Yeah, so they quickly duck behind a big headstone to hide. But it's not cops. It's another carload of teenagers.
What are they doing there?
Looks like they're there for a ghost hunt. They've got cameras, audio recorders, the whole bit.
Oh, perfect timing.
Our protagonist, having already accidentally scared 2 people, sees this and thinks, opportunity, time for some intentional frights.
Oh dear. Mischief managed.
You could say that. They wait till the ghost hunters wander deeper into the cemetery, about 20 yards in, all focused on finding ghosts.
Setting the trap.
Then they start tossing pine cones. First one lands on the gravel behind them. The kids stop, look around, then a couple more bounce off a tree nearby.
Building the tension.
The kids are frozen now, just looking at each other. You can imagine their faces. Our prankster throws one more for effect, and then lets out what they described as the most evil cackling laugh they could possibly muster.
Oh, that would do it.
Absolutely. Predictable result. Total chaos. Kids screaming, dropping their expensive ghost hunting gear, sprinting back to the car, peeling out of there like their lives depended on it.
Mission accomplished for the accidental cemetery ghoul.
Yep. Protagonist stumbled home, apparently laughing hysterically the whole way. Admitted they were being an asshole, but clearly enjoyed the prank. It just shows how easily fear can be triggered, right?
It does. Even without real danger. Just the suggestion in the right context.
So wrapping this up, what do all these stories mean for you, listening? They're definitely chilling, each in their own way. A real reminder, I think, of dangers that can hide in plain sight, especially when maybe judgment is impaired or you're feeling vulnerable.
That thin line between a normal night and, well, something terrifying. But it's not just about being scared, is it? There are takeaways here.
Right. If we connect this to the bigger picture, like you said, it's about awareness, situational awareness, trusting your gut when something feels off, recognizing those patterns we talked about.
And sometimes it's about the intervention of others, like the Swedish girl, or even how an attacker's own state, like the drunk man, can inadvertently create an escape route. It's complex. It's about being informed, not just fearful.
Definitely. So here's something to think about. What's the most unsettling part of these stories for you? Is it the clear danger, like the men with the van? Or is it more those what-ifs that stick with you? The near misses, the luck involved?
That's a good question to ponder.
Well, thank you for joining us on this slightly darker deep dive today. We hope these stories were as captivating and thought-provoking for you as they were for us.
Stay aware out there.
Absolutely. And if you found this valuable or just chillingly interesting, please do like, share, and subscribe to the Horror Docs channel for more true, terrifying narratives.